Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of What's on Your Plate. Welcome to this Monday afternoon's nutrition tip. So I am going to talk about nutrition supplements. But before I begin, just a quick introduction for those of you who are joining me for the first time. So my name is Patricia. I am a certified yoga instructor. So I teach Hatha Yoga for beginners on Lifesparks Fitness online platform. And I also do private one-on-one classes as well as corporate classes. I am also an Animal Flow instructor. So Animal Flow is a ground-based bodyweight movement program where we make use of our body weight to train our strength, endurance, and mobility. So it sounds really easy, but it's quite challenging when you're only on the floor with both your palms and your feet. It's a really great core workout, okay? And of course, I am a sports and exercise nutrition coach. So we take nutrition science that is available out there, and we adapt it and adjust it accordingly to each person's nutrition and health goal needs. And we actually complement it together with your workout regime to get you to where you need to go. So for example, like myself, I'm thinking of leaning up, right? So getting rid of excess fat, but I would also like to get heavier. So that means that I actually need to build more muscle to get heavier without gaining like fats, right? Yeah. So on the scales, the scales will go up, but that doesn't mean that on my body I am going. Yes. So yes, there's a way to do that using nutrition together with all my workouts, right? Okay. So that's that. That's me. And today we're going to talk about nutritional supplements because I've been getting questions about nutrition supplements, like are they really necessary? And of course, sometimes people tell me, "Oh, I eat so clean, I do not need nutrition supplements." So we're going to cover all of that in today's episode. Well, firstly, just a quick introduction: what exactly are nutrition supplements? So nutrition supplements are actually add-ons to your daily meals, your daily whatever it is that you're eating diet. I'm sorry, like as you know, I don't really like to use the word diet because it brings to mind all the trendy fat diets. Okay, but in today's program, when I say diet, it means like your meals, your daily meals, and your nutrition plans, right? Yeah. So a lot of times we may not be getting enough of the nutrients that we need. So nutritional supplements are just additional vitamins and nutrients and enzymes that our body needs. So they are available mainly like in capsule forms. Sometimes they could be in powder form, and they are all orally ingested, which means you put them in your mouth and you swallow. Okay, so I actually have my own supplements here to show you what are the differences that of nutrition, like how they're available. Yeah. So capsules, you can see this is a like it's a tablet, sorry, tablet. So this is a tablet. I've got another tablet as well to show you. So this is also a tablet. So as you can see, there's no coating in it. It's just whatever is there is just all the nutrients and the vitamins and enzymes and whatever that's needed. There's no extra coating. So these are tablets, right? Okay, and then capsules would be they're encased. So I'm sure everybody will recognize what this is. It's really very common. It's fish oil. Yes, so I take omega-3 because I'm a vegan. And I'm vegan because of gut issues. Okay, so I do need to get my omega-3 from somewhere. Yeah, and this is another capsule. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, and of course there's the powder form. So powder form would be powder. You add it to water and you drink, right? So yes, so these are the different types of nutritional supplements. So next the question comes is who needs supplements, right? Obviously growing children will need some form of supplements, especially calcium and vitamin D to help with strong bones and growth. And then obviously active bodies, because we are actually adding more stress on our body with our workouts. So sometimes whatever we eat is not enough to replenish what our body has burned or used up, and so we need more than as per normal. And of course, people who, for example, are pregnant moms. So moms who are pregnant will need more folate, iron, for not only for themselves but also for the fetus, the baby that's growing in their belly. Yeah. And also people in certain like maybe they're on certain medications, so you would need nutritional supplements like additional vitamins and minerals to support your body through whatever condition that you have, right? And of course, as I already mentioned, because I'm vegan, so I'm taking supplements. So if you're on specific diets that eliminate certain things, whether it's for health reasons or it's for ethical reasons or religious reasons, then you will need to probably look at supplementing, because you might be missing out on some nutrients and minerals in your diet. Yeah. And as it is already, even without going on a specific diet or medication, most of our food, the quality of our food is not what it used to be. And so we're already missing out on nutrients and minerals in our food, even if we don't do any exercise or we're not in any like a specific kind of group that might require more supplementation, right? Also, people above the age of 50 would need to look at supplementing more vitamin B, vitamin D, and folate as well. And overall, in general, most of us, we do need some form of supplementation because our lifestyle means that we're not able to get enough nutrients in our food, right? So lifestyle would mean whether we get enough sleep, what kind of stress that we are experiencing, the type of food that we eat, and how we're eating. So even how we're eating, like, are we gobbling down our food, or are we sitting down and enjoying it, and making sure that we chew properly? All this actually affects how much of the nutrients we're getting into our body. So besides eating the food with the nutrients, it's also how much our body is absorbing these nutrients. So it doesn't mean that if you eat a really balanced diet, your body is absorbing everything that you're giving to it. Okay, so I will talk about absorbing of nutrients later on. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about why vitamins and why we need to take nutritional supplements, mainly because of our current lifestyle, right? So most of us were working in, I would consider, stressful environments, especially if we work in the office. Yeah, so when we're stressed, our body needs more support, right? And not only that, we're also exposed to a lot of pollutants, such as like air pollution, and environmental pollution, smoking is another one, radiation, because we have more electronic products around us, so we're exposed to more radiation as well, and all this adds a lot more stress on our body. So our body would require more vitamins and minerals to support our good health so that we can function normally. Besides the lifestyle that we have, meaning our work situation and our sleep situation, a lot of us are not getting enough sleep. And also the quality of our food is not the same as it was in the past. So we cannot really compare with, like, saying, oh, my grandparents didn't need to eat any supplements. They just had a really balanced diet and everything was fine. I mean, yeah, sure. Having a balanced diet is really very important, right? You need to give your body the best conditions that are available to you for it to be healthy and well. But considering how in your grandparents' time, they probably weren't as stressful as we are right now. They didn't have the same kind of stresses that we're exposed to. They probably also weren't exposed to the huge amount of pollution that we are being exposed to, because there's more industries around, and somehow air pollution, water pollution, even the noise pollution is all stressful for the human body. It will get to us, and maybe more of us are smoking now as well, right? There's more people around as well. So it's a very different kind of a environment or climate that your grandparents were in compared to where we are right now. And also back then, agricultural practices are very different from agricultural practices now. So if you realize that when you were young, you probably couldn't get certain types of foods in certain months, right? So one of my favorite examples is avocados. So I remember when we were young, avocados were really, really a treat because you could only get them on certain months of the year. But right now, I find that you can get avocados like all year round, right? Same with durians, right? I remember there's only probably two seasons in a year where you can get durians. Like one season is the durian from Thailand and the other season is the durian from Malaysia or something like this. But now it seems like as if every other month I can get durians, somewhere. But back then it's like you can only get durians during durian season, and outside of that, no matter where you travel to, if you go to JB or you go to Thailand or wherever it is that durians came from, you will not find durians, right? But now, wow, it's like almost every month you can find a durian somewhere, right? So if you go to the supermarket, you realize that there isn't really any seasonal produce anymore because of the way that agriculture is being done now. We can get the food that we want almost throughout the year. Okay, and have you ever questioned why that happens? Okay, number one, they are kind of like stressing the earth, right? Because in the past, you go with the natural cycles of growth for food. But now, because there's all these new ways of making food grow faster, and that's the amount of time taken to grow the food is also shortened. And not only that, if it's planted in the soil, right, there isn't any crop rotation done. So they're always planting the same crop to ensure that there's enough quantity to meet, there's enough supply to meet demand. So it puts a lot of stress on the soil. Nutrients that are taken out from the soil are not given time to be replenished. So yes, we may get the same type of spinach growing again, but one batch of spinach would not be as nutritious from the other. Okay, so in the past there was crop rotation, so which means that one type of crop took up different types of nutrients from the soil from the other. So the soil, through natural regeneration, was able to regenerate and replenish whatever was taken by the previous crop. Okay, so now that agricultural and farming methods are more aggressive, we're actually stressing the earth more. So the nutritional content of our food, our natural fruits and vegetables, is not as high as what it used to be in the past. So yes, we may be eating more nutritious and more balanced, healthier kind of diets, but that does not mean that the nutrient content in these foods are necessarily higher. And not to forget that there's also a lot of artificial pesticides and fertilizers being used. So all of this being absorbed by the plants, and when we eat them, it enters our body. So we're adding a lot of oxidative stress on our body. So that's why we need antioxidants, because oxidative stress actually speeds up the aging process in our body. So aging in the sense not only that we start to look older, but also that our body functions start to break down faster, and there's more stress on them. That's about it. Yeah. So which is why you hear a lot about antioxidants to help kind of what's the word, to balance off or to negate the effects, to reduce the effects of these oxidants, this oxidative stress on our body cells. Yeah, so that's what nutritional supplements do. The vitamins and minerals actually help in all these things, right? So even if you eat a balanced diet, you may need to consider looking at nutritional supplements as well, right? Because I mean, for all of us who are here on this platform, we are doing fitness and we're doing all our fitness activities, and you're listening to my nutrition talk because you just want to find the best way to stay fit and stay well and stay healthy. Okay, and so you want to do whatever you can to be at your peak, regardless of whatever age you are, whether you're 20 or 40 or 50 or above, right? And you also would like to find a way to make sure that your entire family stays healthy as well. So, like, yes, eat a balanced diet, do your exercises, but just be aware that you might need to supplement, right? And some of the very common nutrients and minerals that most of us on a daily basis, which means like a normal person who doesn't exercise like we do 2 or 3 times a week, and probably doesn't have a very stressful life, just a normal person, right? You go to the office, you come home, and all that kind of normal person, we would already be lacking in vitamin D because we do not have enough exposure to the sun. That's where you get most of the vitamin D. And also we'd be lacking folate. Folate would be iron. And folate is really, really important because it helps with a lot of brain functions. Yeah, so if there's an iron deficiency, it actually impedes your thinking processing. A lot of people are like, oh my God, where do I get iron from, right? See? Yeah. And also omega-3. Yeah, so a lot of us, and vitamin C. Yes, sorry, I almost forgot about vitamin C. So these are the few: vitamin D, folate, which is B12 actually, vitamin C, and omega-3. So these are the few that most of us are actually already lacking on a daily basis, even if we eat whatever we eat, right? Okay, so then then there are people who tell me like, oh, then I just eat more of whatever food that has all these vitamins and minerals in it. I'm like, okay, sure, but the health authorities, doesn't matter which country you're in, like here in Singapore, right? They will give you the minimum that your body needs. So minimum amounts are just for maintenance. So if you want to be in better health, you need to take a little bit more than that. Okay. So here I also do have to say that there are some people who go overboard with taking their vitamins and minerals. It doesn't mean that if you take more, right, you absorb more. No. So again, I will talk about the absorption later, okay, and why that is important to know. Okay, so yes, you can try to eat more of the foods, but do you know that sometimes you need to eat more of everything to get all the vitamins and minerals that your body needs on a daily basis? And that's not just and like it's not just like one more banana for the potassium. You might need another 5 more bananas for potassium. I mean, I'm just saying as an example, right? There are values out there and you can go and calculate. After you've eaten 5 bananas, just to get your potassium, do you think you have space to eat the daily requirement for all your other vitamins and minerals? For example, omega-3, and then like a B12, right? Vitamin D, folate, zinc, calcium, magnesium, manganese. How much of every single food can you eat in a day to meet your daily requirements? So if you actually go and calculate, right, it's too huge an amount to even split over 3 meals in a day. Okay, and if you take like tea as well, that's 4 meals, right? Or supper, that's 5. But it's just impossible, really. Yeah, you're looking at like crazy amounts at like 10 fish and like 5 chickens or something like that. How do you eat 10 fish and 5 chickens and like 5 bananas in a day? Right? Our human body cannot possibly put in so much volume of food per se, right? And remember, as I mentioned before, it doesn't mean that if you have if you eat all this food, right, it has the nutritional values that they say it has. And you have to remember, how do they find the nutritional values that you read on the labels? It's all in the lab. Okay, so it is extracted in the lab, it's measured in a lab. But whether your body manages to extract and absorb that same amount of that nutritional value in terms of the vitamins and nutrients and enzymes, it's a different story, because the environment in our digestive gut is different from the environment in the lab. So whatever you see on the nutritional labels is just a guideline. And always remember that there's always a range of plus or minus in whatever's provided to you. Okay, and on top of that, and this comes to my part about absorption. So it doesn't mean that everything that is extracted can be absorbed by our body. Okay, if that happens, then number one, you will realize that you do not need to move your bowels because your body is absorbing everything that it's eating, right? And number two, you probably will find that you would need to exercise more, otherwise you would have put on more weight if your body is absorbing everything that it's taking. So it's a little bit of science and a little bit of common sense to know that your body is not absorbing every single thing that you're putting in, right? So it's the same with nutritional supplements as well. So now that you know that you probably need to supplement like the more common vitamins and minerals and enzymes that's missing, which would be like omega-3, B12, vitamin D, and folate. So when you look at your nutritional supplements, it's the same thing. So when you look at the labels, right, they would tell you what's in it. So I have my labels here. I'm looking at it now. They will tell you how many, what's the amount per serving in a capsule, right? So I'm not sure if you can see. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So as you can see, there's the name of whatever's in this supplement. It's actually my omega-3 supplement, and of course, it's the values that's in each serving. Okay, so you can see this. So number one, I would like to say that do check what's in your supplement, because sometimes they advertise like it's fish oil, and then you look inside and there's a lot of strange stuff that's in the fish oil, and you ask yourself like, why do you need to add this in, right? Fish oil should just be fish oil. So this particular one that I have, if you can see, we have fish oil there, right? And then it's got vitamin D. So I get my vitamin D and my omega-3 in just one supplement, right? And then there's nothing else in this supplement. That's that. Okay. So look at labels as well to know what you're eating. Sometimes there's a lot of fillers inside. I think there was one where there was some kind of oil in it, and I was going like, why is there oil in this supplement? It's got nothing to do with the supplement. It was grape seed. It was a grape seed supplement, which I was looking at for improving my eyesight, maintaining my eyesight, right? Because I look at the screen every single day. I look at the phone as well all the time. So from the moment I wake until the moment I sleep, I'm kind of looking at the screen, whether it's a laptop or my phone. So I just wanted to help maintain my eyesight and not have it deteriorate any further. So I was looking for a supplement for my eyes, and people were like, oh, grapeseed extract and bilberry extract. So I was looking around, and there was this particular supplement where the grapeseed extract was in a capsule with some, I can't remember what it was, some kind of oil. And I was asking myself, why do I need this oil? Like, is it even necessary? There wasn't even an indication of why that oil was in there. So obviously I didn't buy that in the end. So yes, look at your labels. And also the other thing to be aware of is that besides all additional fillers and things in your supplement, if you had attended I think one of my very first live streams talking about nutrition, I mentioned on how to read nutritional labels. Same thing with nutrition supplements. Do note that when they list the ingredients, the first ingredient is usually the one with the biggest volume. So if your nutritional supplement states that it's supposed to be vitamin C, ensure that the first ingredient up there is a variation of vitamin C for you, okay, and not some filler or sugar or coloring, which I have seen in certain brands out there as well. So do know that you are getting, you're paying for vitamin C and not paying for fillers or colorings, or flavorings in your nutritional supplement. Remember that your nutritional supplement is supposed to supplement whatever that you're not getting enough from your diet. So if it's supposed to be vitamin C, make sure you get the most vitamin C out of it, and not more sugar or more coloring or more flavoring. You do not need that in your diet at any time at all. Okay. So the other thing about absorption is that a lot of times, even though we're taking all these vitamins and supplements, our body may not be absorbing them. It could be the capsule or the tablet, the form that is being delivered to you. It could be that maybe certain conditions in the body makes it challenging to absorb the vitamins. Okay, so whatever you see on your labels, just note that you're not going to get 100% of what is stated there. So just to be aware of that, right? And again, you're asking me why. Like I mentioned, a lot of these values are tested in a lab, but what goes on in our gut, our stomach, we can only guess, right? Short of them taking a cadaver and doing experiments on a cadaver, which is already a dead body, and doesn't reflect the living organisms in our digestive tract. Yeah, it still depends on each person's gut health, right, and our lifestyle, and how that affects our digestive system. Yeah, so I cannot tell you for sure that if you take this, you're going to absorb 100% or you're only going to absorb 50%. Well, hardly 50%, but usually it's about between 70 to about 90%. It's usually very hard to get like 100% absorption. Okay, so when you buy your supplements, just be aware of that. So take note that the supplement contains only what you need, and that it's in a form which the body can absorb, because there are certain vitamins and minerals where they require other vitamins and minerals for your body to absorb. So a lot of people don't know this, but just taking calcium pills alone is not going to help your body absorb calcium. Calcium needs magnesium for more effective absorption. So a lot of times when you buy vitamin C, calcium, sorry, thinking of vitamin C because vitamin C and calcium. When you buy calcium supplements and it's only just calcium, do note that it doesn't mean that if you get only calcium in it, your body will absorb it. Okay, magnesium will help to drive the calcium into your bones. Without the magnesium, a lot of this calcium will actually be lost and might actually be deposited in the muscles of your body. Okay, and also a lot of times vitamin C supplements come with zinc in it. That's good because a lot of us actually are missing out on zinc. But also make sure that there's the magnesium there to help drive the calcium into your bones. Okay, that's very important, right? A lot of people don't realize that. So I do know that there are certain brands of calcium supplements out there that do not have magnesium in them. So even though the levels of calcium available in each tablet is high, it does not mean that your bones are absorbing the calcium, because it's lacking the magnesium to drive the calcium in. So it's small details like this. When you buy your calcium pills, don't just pick the first bottle off the shelf and buy it. Check whether there is magnesium to drive the calcium in, right? So that's the other tip that I can give to you. There's so much information out there about nutritional supplements. And I can go on talking about this on and on and on, but I'm going to leave you with this today, which is consider how you wish to supplement your diet, even if you're eating clean, and especially if you're active, because it means that your body will need more vitamins, minerals, and enzymes to support what it's going through. Yeah. And also to read your labels to make sure that there isn't any additional stuff that's unnecessary in your supplements. And also to be aware that there are certain vitamins and minerals that shouldn't be taken on their own. They should be taken with other vitamins and minerals to ensure that your body absorbs what you need. Okay, and again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to send me an email if you wish. It's just Patricea, my name, at patricea.com, or you can drop a comment into the comment box below this video. Please tag me so that I'm aware that you left a comment, and I will follow up on your questions. Okay, thank you very much, and I will see you next week again for my nutrition tips. Otherwise, see you on Thursday, where I'm doing my yoga hot tips for our Hatha Yoga for Beginners class. That's also at 12:30 this Thursday on the Live Sparks Facebook group. And then on Friday at 12:30 p.m. is our 1-hour yoga session on the Live Sparks Fitness online platform. Okay, so have a great week ahead, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.